the question is what is the right thing to do in those circumstances. So, of course, saying that it shouldn't happen and being together give a feeling of strength and makes us able to exchange fear for hope. But there's very deep questions that need to be addressed. And I feel very deeply that all the violence against people are connected. So it's a general fight against any violence, any discrimination. And as said Niemöller, maybe it was a Protestant priest during the Second World War. He said, when they came for the Jews, I didn't came to help them. When they came for the communists, I didn't came to help them. When they came, and so on. And at the end, when they came to take me, there was no one left. So I think the most urgent thing would be to feel how much all the violences are connected and how we are brothers and sisters to fight any discrimination. Anti-Semitism is one of them. It's an important one for France and for Europe because it brings up in front of our problems in history very, very hardly and strongly. So if we don't face this one, we won't face the others either. But the others are not less important.
And of course, yes, it is particularly important in France, which has a complex relationship with its Jewish community stretching back to Nazi occupation and collaboration in the Second World War. I'm interested there in what you said of all the violence being interconnected. Our reporter earlier on this morning was saying that often what we see is every time there is a flare-up in violence in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, that leads to a spike in anti-Semitic acts in Europe often. Do you see a connection there? And why do you think that might happen?
Yes, there are surface connections and there are deep connections. Now, there are pretexts, and I understand what people would do this connection, but it's really a problem. And, the connection should be about stopping violence and seeing what we give to peace and not about being like a box, like an music instrument, which amplifies every problem. So Israel is something, Israel politics is something, and we are not Israelis, we are not Palestinians. If we could contribute there, it would be by supporting peace and humanism in every side and keep quiet here. So we need to deal about our problems here and not making that kind of mix-up.